G'day groovers, how you going? Isky here, and it's freaking freezing. It is so cold. I have no idea why I am up this early, especially in the backyard. But I thought we'd start the video this way today, because I'm pretty sure part of the fix, part of the repair we're going to be doing will take place on this deck. But yeah, did you see that thumbnail image? How cool were they? My Iron Man machines. Candy apple red. They're absolutely gorgeous. And I found them at the dump. Believe it or not, I found them at the dump. In fact, talking about red, look at these. These are mine. Actually, I was taking my thongs off. I'm going to keep my thongs on. These are my home cinema chairs. Found them at the dump. And this is my cinema that I'm currently building. Oh, listen, shouldn't be showing you all of this stuff. But, I'm building this on YouTube at the moment. Big full-on home cinema build. But anyway, let's kind of get into this. Let's go outside here. Let's do a bit of a show and tell. So this here is my my Buddha head. I found that at the dump. It was about to get covered by dirt in landfill. I saved him. It's a solid timber. A lot of work in that. It's beautiful. And my Weber, saved that as well. And I cooked some sausages on it last night. Who would have thought you could cook sausages on a Weber? Anyway, let's get into it. So, has anyone ever wondered what's underneath this bit of carpet underlay here? This is where I keep a lot of my machine parts. Has anyone ever wondered what's underneath there? Well, let's have a look, eh? Let me just set you up here. Take some crap off the top. Check that out. How cool is that? How cool is that? I call it my Iron Man machines. Well, I've got two. I've got that one there is actually a condenser dryer, and the other one in that photo is a front load washing machine. Now the front load washing machine, it was years ago, I'll tell you the story. I found these years and years ago. These were one of the very first things I ever found at a dump. I went to a dump that I've never been before, and these had been pushed up by the bulldozer already. It's got a bit of scarring on it. It's not too bad. Bit of scratches. The top here is busted as well, but I've screwed it down. It's perfectly fine. I'm going to keep this one, so I don't care. But yeah, it already been pushed up. I grabbed both of them, brought them home. I think the front load washing machine just needed a new pump out the water. That was an easy fix. But this thing here, because I was never really familiar with these condenser dryers. I know everything there is to know about a normal dryer, but condenser dryers, I've never really been that great. It's just sat here because there's a loud noise when you turn it on. I suspect it's a fan. It's also missing the filter. It normally has a filter, but I think we had the filter, but I think I've lost the filter over the years. But yeah, so now you might have seen I actually fixed another machine about a month ago. It was called a Fisher & Paykel condenser dryer. Well, that's given me a bit of confidence to kind of look at this now. I think that's the idea. And plus, the reason I haven't really tackled this earlier is because I've been waiting to find another machine. And all of these years, I haven't found one until 7 months ago. I did find one. And it's been sitting on my driveway. Let's go and have a look. It's actually been sitting on my driveway for, I think, the past, like I said, 7 months. I brought it back. I actually tested it out. I think it's a goer. I actually think it works. But it's a white one. It's not that cool looking. And it's a bit banged up. It had been pushed as well by the bulldozer. And it is up here. And the other thing is, I really want to clean my driveway up. I do repairs on here, and I don't want to do that anymore. I just want to, have a normal house. Let's have a look at this. So this has been sitting underneath here for, I think, 7 months. But when I did turn it on, it worked. It worked fine. We're going to turn it on again. It's okay. But yeah, it's a bit different, but it's exactly the same apart from the door. If I can open it, I don't know how you, oh, there you go. Oh, look at the bowl. The bowl's awful. It's not shiny like the other one. But look, we've got a filter. Cool. So that's what we're going to do. I think this is the plan. I think we're going to take that one around, set it on that deck that I showed you, and with the candy apple red one, we will actually take that into the cinema where there's a bit more room. I'll put some carpet out on the carpet so that we don't ruin the carpet that's down, and we'll just start the repair. But this is the Fisher & Paykel condenser dryer I fixed a few weeks ago, and it has given me a bit more confidence to kind of look at these machines, so that's a cool thing. Let's do it. Damn it, I just realised that I'd recorded all of this footage and I didn't even have my mic turned on, so I have to do it all again. Damn it. So I got this around here, pulled it through my yard, had to go through my neighbour's house. I actually used this as a ramp, found these two LVLs at the dump, and I'm using them in my home cinema build. But yeah, it had a bit of a stack actually. This fell over when I was, at the top of these things. But it's all good, it's all good. But you can see the damage that was done mainly basically from the bulldozer pushing it. This top is a bit dodgy as well, but the side there has popped out. But if I recall correctly, I'm pretty sure that this turned on and it seemed to work okay. We'll actually turn it on shortly and double check it. Let's go and have a look at our red machine. I'll just take my shoes off, thongs I should say. Let's check this out. It actually looks really cool with the red couch. Let's look at it face on. Here we go. So let's turn this on. In fact, before we turn it on, I'll just show you the damage that this copped by being pushed up by the bulldozer. See little chips, a nice crack in the top here. Stuff that I don't care about. But the main damage was this entire top was pulled off. It normally is screwed at the back here. I think the tabs had snapped. They normally get screwed in each corner. I think they snapped off. So all I've done is basically I've sunk a couple of really long screws there to hold the lid down, and it's perfect. So I'm happy with that, but let's turn it on. Nice, so let's just play this and have a listen. That sounds a bit rough to me, and to be honest, it was a lot worse than that a little while ago. So even though it's sounding a little bit more healthy now, it still doesn't sound healthy, but it does sound a little bit better than it did. But there's still a problem there. I can still kind of listen to that and think that that doesn't sound completely right. So the plan is we are going to, listen, what we might do first of all is actually open this up and have a bit of a sticky beak and see if there's anything that we need out of that machine sitting just over there, and we'll take it from there. In fact, let's just pause that. I like this, it's got a light in there, it's so cool. But let's actually go and grab that filter, see what the filter is like out of this one. A bit dirty, that's all right. I'll clean that up. Mavens. I actually like sticking these things in the dishwashers. Oh, look at that! It's perfect. That fits beautifully. So that's a cool thing, because I'm pretty sure I had the filter years ago, but I've lost it. So I've never really been able to stick washing in here, because what happens is it gets sucked down there, and that would make the problem even worse. So anyway, let's get into this. So I guess the thing that I took away from working on that Fisher & Paykel a couple of weeks ago condenser dryer was that you don't necessarily have to take the entire back of the machine off, and if you do that, it's a whole new ball game. Things get a lot more difficult. I actually did that, and man, I was in a world of hurt. I had to put everything back together. It took hours, but it was worth it. I actually learnt quite a bit. So what I know now is that you attack them from the side, especially this side. I'm pretty sure this will be pretty similar to the Fisher and Paykel. Now I'll let you know that when I did find this, I think my dad and myself, we did try and fix it. Well, at least I tried to open it with my dad here. He was more support, and at the time I thought we did fix it. I can't remember what the problem was. But we obviously didn't fix it. So today, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to set you up somewhere, maybe set another light up, because I'm glad I put this side facing the door. But we'll work it out, we'll get into it, and we'll do it now. Okay, that'll do. I've got a light, just a fluorescent light set up here. And what I'm going to do is just set you on this step ladder. Hopefully you can see this. Got my toolbox over there as well. Alright. So let's actually begin by first unplugging the bloody thing. Okay. And let's take the top off. Look how long those screws are. I guess they had to be. Oh. Let's have a look. Incredibly clean. It's in great condition. Like, oops, sorry about that. Gimbal's acting up again. Yeah, in really nice condition, hey. Wow, awesome. I like the way they put the computer. That's pretty cool, putting the computer there. At least you don't have to take the front off to get to the computer. But, okay, let's where do we go next? I guess there we go. We've got some screws down the side. 1, 2, and there's got to be some screws underneath this machine. In fact, I think there's water in this machine, because when I was bringing it in, you can see I got water on the carpet. I don't know if you can see that. It was trickling in, and I couldn't work out how, because I looked in the reservoir, this thing here, and that was empty. So that, in fact, I just heard some water there. So there must be another little tank in there. See, I don't really know too much about these machines, but hopefully over the next few weeks we'll know exactly how they work and the philosophy behind them, etc. But anyway, I'm going to see if I can take this side cover off without making a mess. Oh no, there's no screws under it. Excellent. Guaranteed. I bet you any money. Oh no, I don't think there's any screws on here either. I think it's actually, on this side here, I think it's like it kind of locks into place like pegs, and it's sitting on some pegs. So I think 1 screw, 2 screw, 3 screw, 4 screw should do it, I reckon. Let's check it out. Alright, so this back one is a little bit shorter than that front one. I don't know why, they're exactly the same. Okay. And the screw's not, here we go, there it comes. It wasn't coming out. It's always good to kind of look at your screws when you're taking them out, just to make sure certain lengths but these all, actually, I did say that one was actually a little bit bigger than the other one, but you know, it's only bigger by half a mil. But anyway. Yeah, I reckon you pull this out and lift it up, maybe? No, it's not going to be that easy, eh? Come on. It can't be that easy. I don't want to take the front off. Seriously, there's no way you'd have to take the front off. I can't. Oh, there you go. I actually just pulled it out. There you go. It was that easy. Awesome. Let's have a look at this. Man, that looks actually a lot less congested than the Fisher and Paykel, to be honest with you. Can you hear that noise? That's not natural. Alright, so let me just see if I can hear it. See, there's a fan in this side here, and there's a fan in at this end here as well. I'm just going to kind of, hang on, let me just have a listen. I can't hear. Well, I mean, it's coming out from somewhere, but you can't really locate it. Well, the belt looks pretty good. In fact, let's have a look at these. Remember with the Fisher and Paykel, it was actually these wheels were the problem. These look pretty good. Well, at least that one looks pretty good. We might have to jump over on the other side as well and check it out. But one thing that I am seeing, can you see, I don't know if this has any relevance at all, but if you actually look here, there's all this white powder and stuff. Oh, hang on, that might actually be, yeah, that's just lint. Sometimes when you see stuff like that, it could mean, you know, anything. It could actually mean something's rubbing the wrong way. Yeah, so what are we going to do? Should we take the other side off? I reckon maybe we should take the other side off and have a bit of a look. I just want to kind of make sure that this one on the other side is okay as well. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this tension off. Taking the tension, you take that spring off. Let's find something to do that. I don't know what we're going to use. Let's see if we can use this. In fact, how should we do this? From this side? Yeah, that'll do it, I reckon. There we go. Taking that tension off because once the tension's off, if I spin this wheel, this should spin everything. That might actually isolate that noise. Let's take the belt off as well. Ah, come on, get off there. There we go. Now, so this here is turning everything. So if I spin this with my hand, are we still going to hear that noise? Yep. I can still hear it. Can you hear it? So that is telling me that it's not this wheel and it's not the other one on the other side, because they're just staying, you know, still. So I can still hear that noise. So it's got to be inside here or inside here, I reckon. My bet, I reckon it might be from inside here, which kind of sucks because I can't see, just looking here, I can't see a way of taking that off and getting to it without taking the bowl off. Because if you have a look inside, there's these screws right at the end there, right at the end, and you're not going to be able to get those off without taking the bowl off. Shit, that sucks. Oh, come on, there's got to be an easier way than taking the bowl off. Let me just go and get a torch. Okay. This one here, this cover here with the fan in it, I think you can get into this one. By the looks of things, that's a goer. It's only, hang on, let me move you back. This one here is only held on with 1, 2 and a screw back here, which I should be able to get to. But I don't think that's where the problem is. I reckon it's in the other one. But what do you think? Should we open this up and have a look anyway? I reckon we should, just to settle our curiosity. If I can find my little tiny little screwdriver that I found at the dump. Let me just set you there. Let's see if I can get this back here. And not a chance. Shit. All right, hang on. I have another one that I've actually cut the handle off, so let's see if this one gets in there. Ah, yeah, cool. Now, hang on, let me just make sure that by taking that off, is that all we need to take off? I don't actually, I'm kind of having second thoughts about taking this off now. Let me just stick my hand back here and just see if I can find another screw that might be holding this down. I can't. I wonder where the, I was going to say, I wonder where the capacitor is, but it's here. So what do we got here as far as a capacitor is concerned? I can't actually see the microfarad on there. Doesn't matter about the capacitor anyway, it's very strong. Yeah, listen, I'm pretty sure, now that I'm rolling it like that, I'm pretty sure that it's in here, that kind of sound we're hearing. Let me do it again. In fact, you know what we can do? I've just noticed there's another belt on this wheel here that I'm turning, and that is going to the rear fan. So let's disconnect this belt here, and that will isolate this fan. That'll actually turn that one off from spinning. That's the way to do it, I reckon. Then we'd be really sure. I just don't know how to do this. Is that how we're going to take it off? Come on. Oh, come on. There we go. Now, let's try it. Oh, that's not going to... this one here. Oh, no, I was wrong. Sorry, that isn't... I was looking here. Actually, look here. It might actually... That is going in the back there as well. So, sorry. What I just suggested isn't actually working. Hey, you know what? I'm actually just shaking that, and that is actually making that noise. I wonder if the motor is, the bearings are shit, I don't know. I have a feeling maybe the motor might be stuffed. Hey, listen, we're going to strip this thing down, I reckon. I think we are going to strip this thing down. I think that's the plan. I'm going to take the back off and get right into it. Because by the sounds of things, it's going to make life a lot easier. Hopefully it's a lot easier than kind of pulling the Fisher and Paykel apart. I actually have a feeling it is. But, hey, listen, I'm not scared. I'm actually pretty good at this when I know what I'm doing. But I've actually got a bit of confidence. That's what we're going to do. We're going to actually pull this apart and really investigate it. So that means we're going to take actually this side off as well, and then we're going to pull this back off, pull the bowl out, and make a lot of pieces. So that's the plan. I don't know whether I'm going to, listen, I will film it from the back here. I'm just not going to walk you through it, otherwise this video will go for like 6 hours, like my other one did. So let's just put you there. And I am going to start pulling stuff apart. The good part is, if it is the motor, at least the other dryer's over there. In fact, that's what we haven't done yet. We haven't turned that one on, have we? Haven't shown you that. Alright, so this is easy. Look at this. So it's just those 4 screws, and all I need to do, I think, is pull it out this way. There we go. So you do actually have to lift it up and then pull it out, and it's as easy as that. Now, while we're here, let's have a quick look at this, wheel. So that wheel looks pretty good as well. So obviously, well, I'm not going to say these wheels are better than the Fisher and Paykel wheels, because this dryer has hardly seen any work, to be honest with you. If I've had this for the last 6 years, I'm pretty sure it was only 1 or 2 years old when I found them, which is nuts. Why would you throw it out? It'd still be under warranty. But okay, now I'm just going to take this back cover off. I might just set you up somewhere better than this. Slightly better. There we go. Alright, let's start pulling stuff apart. Okay, so these bottom 1, 2, 3, the bottom 3 are long. I'll just say that. Normally I would actually write it down or something, but if I say it in the video, at least I can go back and have a look at the footage. And I'm pretty sure this must lift up. How do you take that off? Oh, it's just stuck down. Actually, I'm glad I've taken this off now, because I really want to clean it up. Wow, look at this crap everywhere. Let's have a look. So obviously the heater is behind there. That's the heater. We've got a lot of sludge down there. Yeah, so I really want to kind of clean this up. Let's make this look as new as possible. Can you see? You can't really see through there. I can see it, but there's a lot of sludge and crap actually through that vent. And look at that. So let's actually really clean this up at the same time. Now I'm assuming, now I don't know how to take this off. might have to actually disconnect. By the looks of things, I'm going to have to disconnect this wire. To the element. I'm not sure. I'll just set you up and I'll have them poke around and I'll get back to you. Alright, so this nut here, this is basically just holding the capacitor on, so let's take this off. At least we get to see what the capacitor is. And we are looking at a 8.5. An 8.5 microfarad capacitor for an LG condenser dryer, eh? Alright, so that's that one. So this here, let's disconnect this. This will be for, that's going to strip it if I keep going. There we go. Oh. So that's the bowl. I'd assume that's the bowl. Maybe. I'm pretty sure that'd have to be the bowl, right? Okay, so I'll just put that there. Should we disconnect these? I think we probably should. Wouldn't hurt. I'll just take a bit of footage here, just so that we know exactly which ones are going on what terminal. Okay, so these long wires are going on this side, and these short wires, pretty self-explanatory, are going on there. So, all right. In fact, I'll sit you back up here so you can see everything. Oh, come on. And I'm assuming that last one would be earth. Alright. I'm just going to put this screw back in so I don't lose it. Now, should I try and get into this? No, I don't think I will. I'm just going to see if I can take this back cover off. I think I need to undo 1, 2, 3 screws on each side. Okay, so the bottom screw is longer. Remember that, guys. The bottom screw, this screw here is longer. And these two are short up the top. We have another one on the other side of this water reservoir, and that's long as well. And I have just put those screws there for my own record. Okay, so is this going to be easy? Is this just going to lift up for us? In fact, I think before I try and take this off, I think there's a bit of a wiring harness thing happening here. What do you think? We maybe just try to kind of pull that out of there, I reckon. I don't know exactly how these work. there we go. So that's pulled out. And down the bottom, that's how it's, you can see there, that plastic little tab. I need to push that through to release the other side. Let me see if I can do that from here. Come on. There we go. I think that's it. I think we freed it. Right, so I kind of got a better feeling that we could possibly... No. There's more. You can see these ones here. 1, 2. They are holding the wiring harness to the back of this back plate. So let's kind of push these through. Hopefully they're going to be easy enough to put back when we... I think I can get my hand in there. Okay, so let's see if I can just push that through. There we go. Is there any more? It looks like it. Although we are going to be kind of restricted with this here, but we'll be gentle. We'll just set it down. But hopefully, I'm hoping... Let me just have another quick look. Apologies for this camera work, by the way. This is how I do things on this channel. Okay, listen, I'm just going to see if I can lift this up and pull it off. Soon find out. Hang on a second, let me just look on this side here. I'm going to disconnect, I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to disconnect this water pipe here. Obviously, this is pushing water up into that reservoir that you have to empty after every time you use these machines. So let's just disconnect this. Hopefully no water's going to come pouring out. In fact, I'm just going to grab a towel just to be ready in case it does. All right, let's pull this out. No, we're right. So let's just push this up through there, push this back out this way, and we'll actually put them back together again. All right. I think I'm feeling a bit better about the whole thing now. So let's see if we can pull this back off. Not even close. Not even close. Is there any screws underneath here? Oh, come on. Oh. You know what? I actually think I've done it correctly, but you saw how difficult it was to get this back cover off. It was actually stuck down. I think it's just years and years of being, you know, set in the same position. I think it might just be playing hardball. So I'm just going to use my screwdriver to see if I can break certain seals. So this comes all the way around here. Listen, I'm actually going to take this cover off. This is actually screwed on. This is the, by the looks of things, the heating element. So let's just take that off. See what's behind there, because I'm seeing all these screws that are around here, and they're the screw ends. So the head of the screw's on the inside. So I don't know what the hell's going on there. Okay, so those screws that I just took out from the top and the bottom are brown. I'll stick them in there. And then we've got, so that's just a cover. This is the heating element here. So I'm just going to undo this, because we'll end up blowing this out as well and cleaning it up. We're going to clean the whole, we're going to make, ooh, we're going to clean this entire machine up. Okay. So how do you take this frickin' thing off? Honestly, I think I'm going to put this heater element back on just to, you know, keep it out of the way. And by doing that, we stop, you know, all the stress on these wires. So I'm still stuck. How do I get this off? There we go. I think, yeah, there we go. I worked it out. I'll show you how. So if you want to pull this off, you want to take the back of one of these LG condenser dryers off. You can't just pull it off like you would think. It's locked in by this side arm here. So you actually have to push this side arm out that way, and then this should go out that way. See how it's a lot easier to move? Okay, so that's a good thing that I've done that, but we still haven't completely, I'm still not sure it's free enough. Now I have to do the same to this other side, so let's see if we can do it while you're here. I think we just have to push it this way. It's very difficult to do this while holding you, so I'm going to have to put you down, but you can see in there, I think. Let me just put you up here again. Yeah, basically you should just push it that way. But on this side we have this reservoir, this water reservoir. I'm going to take this out, the reservoir out. You can hear a bit of water sloshing around in there. Still doesn't really make it that much easier to push this out, you know. So I'm going to see if I can take this. I'm going to take this entire piece out, I think, because I think that's preventing us from taking this here off. Because if I push this that way, if I push it the way I was wanting to push it, you know, that way. God, come on, gimbal. If I push this arm that way, like I want to, it's pushing on this, and that is pushing on this. So I'm gonna have to take the whole thing off. There we go. I think you can just, if you're strong enough, and I'm strong, I think you can just lift this up. There we, I think. Let's keep going. Oh, look at that. I think we're right. So I'm just going to disconnect this hose. All right, so I got it. So rather than trying to take this entire front panel off, what I did, this piece here, I actually just kind of, you saw me, I actually pulled this out and separated it and pushed the back out, and I lifted this up at the front and we got to it. So awesome. Let me disconnect some more of these pipes, I think. So that one's from this one here is from the top. I'm going to disconnect that, and I'm going to disconnect this one here. Once again, holding the camera while trying to do this was not a smart idea. There we go. So I am just going to put this down here. Alrighty, so let's see. Is that going to make it a lot easier for me to disconnect this? Yep, there we go. So you do need to take that entire soap box and its cradle out of there. Now, let's see if I can kind of... Oh, there we go. Everything's loose now. Everything is loose. Excellent. Now, let's see if I can... Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm loving this. Now, it just all pulls apart now. There we... Look at that! Pull those out of there. Make sure they're not leaking anywhere. Nope. Okay. That's what we want. That's what we want. This is going to suck putting it back. Ooh, we've got a little spider down there. Little huntsman. Alright, so definitely we're going to be cleaning this up. I reckon by the time we're finished with this machine is going to be like new again. But there we go. I think that's all I need to do. What I might also do is actually disconnect the power up there so I can kind of move this back section away altogether. And I think that's the only thing that's holding it to there. So I'll just quickly do that. You don't need to see it. In fact, I'll move you closer now that we've got a bit more further in our fix. Okay. Long nose pliers. Can never find my tools when I want them. There we go. The only way I can... No, I can actually get to it by... There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to disconnect that. Okay, now there's an earth wire there. I'm just going to disconnect the earth wire. I'm going to screw that screw back in straight away. Okay, and this is still connected because the heater's still connected. But it's a lot better. So should I bother kind of disconnecting anything else? I don't think I'm going to. In fact, what I might do is just have this like this. I might get something and just lean this back so that it's leaning up against something and we don't have any... In fact, you can see down there, I might just disconnect that from the back. I must have missed that before. And then we don't have any strain on any of those wires. Rather than unplugging them all. Oh, there we go. That's what I need to disconnect. This one here. Okay, so I'm just going to find something to lean this up against. Like that. That'll be good. All right. So, I'm going to pull this bowl out now. What are you guys seeing? Can you see? Just going to lift it up. In fact, I might have to push this belt along, get that out of the way. Okay, so I'm going to lift this up and out. There we go. There we go. Now it's a whole new ball game. We have access. We have access to our Iron Man machine. Now, just looking at this, can you see down there where that is it the rotator arm is going into that bit of ducting? You see how it's off center? That's kind of putting me off a bit. Let's just see what happens when we pull this forward. It's not really doing anything to correct it. It just looks a bit off center to me. It doesn't matter. We're going to actually pull all of these apart and see, now we've got access to to this entire thing here. We can get to those screws at the back now. take this cover off. Let's do that first. Let's actually take that cover off first. So I'll find somewhere to sit you. Hey, listen, give me 10 minutes. I'm just going to reconfigure this entire setup so it's going to be easier for you to see. It's a bit messy at the moment.